Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am happy that you are here with me for this reading on Insight for Love. It is a timeless reading, so whenever you have chosen to click on it to watch or listen, it is meant for you at that point in your journey. It is also a general reading, so if there are messages or information that do not resonate with you, I would encourage you to let that go. If there is information or messages that do resonate with you and connect with your situation, I would encourage you to consider processing that information even when the reading is completed. Before we look at the cards, I would encourage you to take a few deep breaths, focusing on letting go of any busyness that may be in your mind, any tension that's in your body. And as you're breathing, you can ask Source for any signs or symbols for you to see and receive. You may also present a question to Source. And as you're breathing, allow your body to feel comfortable in the position that you have chosen for this reading. And let's look into the cards. I am going to be using both tarot and oracle cards. If you're interested in information on them, you can look in the description box below. Our first tarot card is number 9, a major arcana, the Hermit. Two of Cups, beautiful. One of love, soulmate. So great start to our reading on love, insight. Next, wow, number 2, High Priestess, another major arcana. Ten of Water or Cups, beautiful. One of love and harmony, healthy relationships. Wonderful start to our reading. Number 1, Magician. 3 major arcanas. If you are new to my channel, I often say if there are 2 or more major arcanas, it is a reading that is calling us to listen to consider, to process messages that have come through, to focus on any signs or symbols that you connect with as well. So we have 3 major arcanas so far in our reading. Next we have Messenger of Air, which is Swords, also referred to as Page of Swords. This deck uses Messenger. And the last for our tarot section is 8 of, Water or Cups. So our first card is the Hermit, number 9. Number 9 being one of fruition, attainment, fulfillment. And in order to do that, in order to be able to really open our heart and mind to receive so that there can be fruition, so that there can be fulfillment, often, as the Hermit means in tarot, we need to take some time to self-reflect. We need some time to withdraw from a situation, from the busyness of our lives, and really gain that energy back. It could be possibly to work on some shadow work, work on some things inside of us that we've been avoiding working on. It could also be one that represents really searching for who we are, taking the time to reconnect, if you know, to reconnect to that, reconnecting to that energy that we have within us. With the Hermit, this illustration, it's interesting to me because there is a door and there are 5 keys that are on a string or rope above the door. So what is pretty intensely coming through is your heart closed? Have you closed off your heart? Are you guarding your heart? Have you emotionally disconnected from this relationship? Or if you're single and you've clicked on this reading for insight in that realm, does that speak to you? Even it doesn't mean you have to be in a relationship for this to be speaking to you. Have you guarded your heart? Have you been hurt in the past and your heart is closed so that it may not be able to receive the love that is healthy for you? And those 5 keys really are intensely showing that there may be layers to that iron door that's represented in this illustration. That the one key opens the first layer, the next key, the next layer. So there's multiple layers to get to your heart or get to that depth of emotionally connecting with someone in a healthy manner. So with the Hermit, definitely with the starting off our reading, there is that encouragement to consider what that looks like for you. And definitely want to consider it because next is 2 of Cups. And the 2 of Cups is one of soulmate, of a unified love. It's the Lover's card. It's known as the Lover's card. It's one of balance. It's one of attraction and passion as well. So with them being back to back in the beginning of the reading, there is support for the messages that came through with the Hermit as well. So if you are one that is in a relationship, that is manifesting, that is presenting one, that is unified, that you definitely feel like you've found your, or you know you've found your soulmate, this is confirmation or support of that. Possibly on the other side, there needs to be balance in your relationship. Maybe you're giving more love than the other individual. Maybe it's you just give, and the other individual takes. And if you're new to my channel, when I speak of relationship, it's not always romantic. It can be a friendship. It could be a relationship in your family, a family member that you have clicked on this reading to listen to and gain insight on. It can also be work relationship as well, in a work environment. So does there need to be balance in any one of those I just mentioned? Is there not a balance of that healthy ebb and flow? And when I say give and take, that's what I mean. Where you're both receiving, where you're both content with each other. Because that is definitely represented in the meaning of that soulmate, of that unified love in the 2 of Cups. Next, we have number 2, the High Priestess. And number 2, again, being one of balance, one of union and partnership. So coming right behind the 2 of Cups, the 2's confirming that message that came through. And with the High Priestess itself, it is one of wisdom and intuition. So are you listening to your intuition in this relationship? Have you been avoiding it? Kind of the message that came forth through Hermit a little bit. Are you avoiding what your gut or intuition has been telling you? If you connect with higher power, source, have you been avoiding seeking that wisdom or advice? With the High Priestess, it is one of mystery, and the future has not yet been revealed. So if you presented a question of timeline to source or universe prior to this reading, the High Priestess is saying, not quite yet. There's still some mystery out there. So keep looking forward, keep manifesting, keep hoping, keep that positive energy moving forward because it's not yet been revealed. Next, we have the 10 of Cups, which again is one of love and harmony. Definitely a love card, one of healthy relationship, emotional stability. So maybe so far in this reading you're saying, but I don't have that in my relationship. This is like not occurring. These three cards, definitely being back to back, are calling you to consider that. What is the obstacle? What is keeping that from happening? And I'm going to present this because the message is very strongly coming through. Is it the best relationship for you? Is it the healthiest? Is it for your higher good and the other individuals? Because with these three power cards, love cards, manifestation cards being side by side, let alone a major arcana in the middle, it's available to you. But are you remaining and staying stagnant? Either avoiding that this isn't the healthiest relationship, or not listening to that gut, that intuition that has been encouraging you to reconsider. Because there's beautiful love with the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Cups as well to be had. And right after it is the Magician, number 1. And 1 is of new beginnings, of opportunities, potential. So there's potential here that if you know the answer was yes, I need to move on. This isn't the healthiest for me. You are speaking to my situation. The Magician is here saying then there's new opportunities for you. There is new potential when you choose to do and make that decision that is for your higher good. Because the Magician is one of manifestation, of power, of making things happen, tapping into that full potential that you have, creating opportunities for love itself. And it may be removing yourself from one so that in the future there can be a healthier love, a one that is good for you and good for the other individual. And also, while it has the tones of romantic, this can also be platonic as well. Maybe you have a friendship that has slowly but surely become one of toxicity, or has become more codependent from the other individual towards you. This is also considering you to say, does there need to be a little bit of time, little bit of distance, healthy distance? I'm not saying you have to break that friendship off, but there may be some time of that reflection that the Hermit is saying, so that there can be new life, new potential in this relationship, and so that other individual may grow themselves. And the Magician is, as that saying goes, as above, so below. So if you are one who practices faith, the Magician is here again to say, maybe connect in that as well. What it is that you practice, return to that. Seek that for that advice or wisdom as well. Next we have Messenger of Air, which is our Page of Swords. And with the Page of Swords, this is supporting kind of what came through with the High Priestess. It is one that can represent delayed news or delayed messages, or even delayed because there's not news, therefore the outcome. So continue to look forward, continue to manifest, wait for that mystery to be revealed and solved, per se. It's a beautiful thing. There's beautiful colors on here as well, and the greens, which is our heart chakra. So definitely news may be delayed for now, but continue that journey forward. Also with the Page of Swords, it can represent emotional disconnect. So that came through earlier with that door on the Hermit. So if you are one who looks for confirmation or affirmation, the Page of Swords is here to confirm that message that came through with the Hermit, with the keys and the door and that emotional connect, or even just general disconnect. Maybe you are in an intellectual relationship only, because the Page of Swords is one of intellect, of curiosity, of communication. And maybe that's solely where your relationship, and now I'm speaking particularly romantic, ends. And you're longing for that emotional connection. There's support here to say it's available to you. It's available to you. So consider what that looks like. Are there obstacles? Does something need to change in order for that to come to fruition as well? And our last tarot card for this section of the reading is Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups itself does represent something that's missing. Abandonment as well. So maybe you have recently broken up. Maybe there's been a little bit of time in between a breakup. Maybe someone's ghosted you that you thought had very high potential. Maybe someone just said, I'm not in this anymore. It's not for me. I'm bye and gone. And so you are processing that abandonment. Definitely allow yourself to move through that. Don't stay stagnant. Maybe take that little bit of time to reflect, to heal, to gain wisdom from maybe someone else who you know has been through what you are going through, and get their advice on what helped them to continue to move forward. With the Eight of Cups, it is that piece of soul searching as well. Maybe consider that. And on the other side of that is possibly walking away. You considering the need to walk away. If you presented a question of, is it time? This could be affirmation of that, because it is one of letting go, the Eight of Cups. And you can see that represented in this illustration on the tarot. The individual has treasure, has what they want, has their life, you know, as best as we can together, has a career, but yet the boat is out on the ocean. So while the boat is out on the ocean, that is what you needed to do. That is what you needed to let go, because you're moving forward, because you are, I'm really receiving the word dynamic. You have passion. You maybe started a new business and your partner didn't want to be involved in that, or your friend is like, you can't do this, you know, you don't have the skills. And so the Eight of Cups is calling you to let that negativity, that negative energy go, because you are capable. You do have the ability to have that solid foundation of a career, solid emotional stability. And with this card, I'm definitely receiving that piece of walking away. So the ship also looks like, I don't know if it'll come through, but it also looks like it's turning around and going the opposite direction. So if this is speaking to you, those messages are very intensely coming through. So consider that. If that was a question that you presented, maybe you didn't present that type of question, but it's now connecting with you. There's support here to say there's beautiful love to be had, if this is your decision in the end. Next, let's look at some love cards. First, we have keys on a ring. Many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. So if the keys with the Hermit connected with you, there's more keys here representing that. The table's dark, so it probably won't come through again. I'll hold it up. So do you need to unlock your heart? Do you need to unlock the area where you don't connect with your emotions? Take the key and open it up and begin to pursue that and see what that looks like for you. And the words string along are popping through too, because the keys were on the string up here in the Hermit as well. So maybe you presented a question of, am I just being strung along? This could be the answer to that as well. Many options. Are you in the dating world and you have quite a few individuals that you are in contact with or pursuing at this point? The next word there is decision. So is there a decision to let go of what doesn't bring you to your higher good and make a decision of an individual who would? And the next word is unconventional. So there's, you know, that whole discussion of maybe the person doesn't have every little thing that you're searching for, but it's unconventional, and it is one that would be for your betterment, for your higher good, for the other individual's higher good as well. So there is a decision that needs to be made if that is speaking to you. Next, we have ascending. Transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. So if you're one for confirmation, here is confirmation of a lot of the messages that came through our tarot cards. There can be transcending, there can be expansion when we do that inner work if needed, when we do that shadow work, when we ask the difficult questions of what are the obstacles, what is it that can help remove those obstacles to allow that relationship to be healthier. You're learning. There's a lot of learning that comes through that for our benefit and for those around us. The words new phase, we had spoken about that. There's opportunity with the Eight of Cups. So a new phase, new opportunities for love to be paved. And then it says here, preparing for union. And that it's right under the Two of Cups, and it's close to the 10 of Cups as well. But it's also confirming the messages that came through those in its entirety as well. Next, sorry, the cards are stuck. We have karmic relationship. Fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. There's confirmation as well of what came through Eight of Cups. Letting go, is it time? You know the answer to that. If you, again, ask that question, there's confirmation enough here for that. And love you. Love you. So if there's that abandonment, if ghosting was there, love yourself. If something's missing, love you first. When we are able to do that, we are able to be more content in our own skin, comfortable in our own skin, and that radiates a positive, powerful, magnetic energy from us when we're able to do that. The other words here are triggers and turmoil. So that, in a way, came out earlier in our reading. If you're saying to me, but my relationship isn't like that. We argue, or we don't connect on that level, or we aren't able just to do that. Receiving, why not? Consider that. Is the relationship, I'm going back to the first word, fleeting. Is there not a solid foundation for the relationship to continue to invest in? Next, we have the Sword and Rose. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. Definitely supports messages that came through earlier. Seeking the truth within ourselves, within our relationship. Is this the best for myself and the other individual? There's power, came through with the Magician. There's power in love, healthy love, that's represented here as well. That solidarity, supporting the Hermit message, taking that time for ourselves. Revelation, supporting the High Priestess, that there will be new information. Maybe it's delayed right now, but the answers will be coming. Continue to manifest, continue to look forward. If you connect with a higher power, continue to do so. We'll look at our Lovers Oracle. Wow. It says soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So there's two sides, so I'll show you both sides. So if you presented soulmate, again, at the outset, here's your affirmation or confirmation. And with the powerful love cards that are here, there is support. That if you presented, am I with my soulmate? So if they are healthy for you, you are healthy for them. They together, you are becoming your better selves, your higher good, then this is confirmation for you. If you presented the question of, will my soulmate come? It says your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So there's support and confirmation for that as well. Next we have, close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Beautiful picture of the heart with the light and the warmth coming from it. The individual is connecting to that physically, mentally as well. With this, what is definitely coming through right off the bat is that last statement. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. And it's close to the Eight of Cups, and that's the message that's being connected. With that ghosting, with that abandonment, maybe the relationship right now is just breaking down and you can't figure out why. Allow joy in. Allow it to fill your heart. Feel the warmth that provides when you choose to let joy in and choose to allow your heart to remain open, even though you may be going through a painful or confusing time, because you are worthy. That's the first statement. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You are worthy. Maybe in this situation of abandonment or letting go, or maybe you need to walk away because this individual is telling you you aren't worthy. You do not deserve love. You do. And it's close to the Magician. Tap into that inner power that you have. The inner beauty. This is, my hairs on the back of my neck are standing up. It's such a powerful message right now. You are beautiful. You have a beautiful soul. You have an amazing gift and gifts and talents to give to someone else, but to those around you as well. So shut that out. And when you close your eyes, tune that out. Shut that negativity out. Let it go. And if need be, as was in the Eight of Cups, walk away from it, because it is not healthy for you. It is not for your higher good as well. Next we have, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. For it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Wow. No wonder my hair was sticking up, because here's another message to confirm what was coming through. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot the other side here. So don't feel guilty for choosing you. Don't feel guilty for choosing your mental health. And even your physical health, if it's something that is wearing you physically down, to the point where the stress of it is causing you to be sick. Don't make decisions based on guilt, meaning don't make it because, oh, well, I've known this person for such a long time. We've been friends for such a long time. I've been in this work situation for such a long time. That's guilt. That's excuses. So don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. For it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. And that crosses the realm of love twofold. Because until we can be honest, true, reflect, understand ourselves, if we need to do shadow work, do the shadow work, gain new wisdom, new perspectives. Until we can be true to ourselves, we cannot be true to someone else in a relationship. We cannot bring our full selves to the table as best as we can be, full and whole. But in essence, we can't put our best foot forward because there's going to be something lacking. So I'm going to read this again. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think, and that's italicized, think you should do. For it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Very powerful messages, these 3 cards as well. And to round out our reading, we have an oracle card, and it's interesting. Before I turn it over, I'm going to keep it here and reveal what it is. This is a pretty thick deck, and this is the only one that came through. And when it came through, when I was shuffling and rifling through them, it flew out of the deck. It didn't just drop, it flew out of the deck. So I am very interested in knowing what this message is, and it will be interesting to see if it's confirmation, especially since it's going to bookend our reading today. So enough said. Let's see. Wow. Cut ties. Just holding it. A lot of energy coming through that sword and the 2 circles. I'll show it again. There's a connection, slight connection with the 2 circles, and the sword is going right through the middle. So is it the end of the road for this relationship? This absolutely, and if I had room, I'd be sticking it right under the 8 of Cups with that letting go and walking away. I'm going to put it in the middle of our reading. Are you drained? Are you held back? Is this relationship holding you back? Are you in a place of saying or questioning, could it have been? Should it have been? Could we have? Cut the ties. And it's interesting because if I turn it this way, it almost looks like shackles or handcuffs. But when you turn it upright, it's the sword that's cutting through that. Should haves, could haves, would haves. The draining of the relationship. Is it, I'm sensing, sucking the life out of you. Plenty of cards to show there's healthy love that's out there. Plenty of cards to consider. Is it time to let go and move on? Plenty of messages of manifestation, connecting with source if you practice that, of gaining new insight and new perspectives, of taking time to make decisions that are healthy for you. So when we look at numbers as well, we had 2 2s in our tarot cards. And 2 again being balance, harmony, and union. So there's confirmation there as well. We had 2 number 1s, because if you narrow 10 down to a 1, there's 2 of them. And that is representing new beginnings, possibilities, a level of independence as well. If you look at the 10 itself and in the whole number, it is one of coming to completion, an end of a cycle. So again, supporting, does there need to be a decision of letting go? Possibly walking away, that's represented in the number 10. And also when that happens, the renewal, something new beginning, meaning the number 1, because you begin the numbers again. And then I'll say it again, there's 3 major arcanas, really drawing our attention to the messages that came through, any signs or symbols that you connected with as well. I hope this information has helped you, has supported you, and in ways also has been an encouragement to you. As always, friends, love and light to you.